You're getting all dressed up with nothing to fight and run away from. And so people perceive these powerful sensations, and that leads them to, they look around, they see, I don't see anything dangerous. There's nothing here. What's wrong with me? I must be losing control of myself. I must be going crazy. Because they perceive all this energy and nothing causing it. So that's what they need to understand about this. I'm gearing up for a struggle that's not happening. Nothing is out of control. In fact, the sensations that arise are evidence of what a finely tuned mechanism your body is, that it's turning on a dime to help you for this life and death struggle. The only problem is you got the wrong signal. There ain't any struggle necessary right now. But that's literally what's happening. Now, if you were actually in that situation, some kind of predator, some kind of assault that you had to fend off, you know what? You'd have all the same sensations. You wouldn't notice them. You'd be too busy fighting and running. When you notice them is when there's nothing to hit, nothing to run away from. That's what you're left with. My God, what's going on with me? If it was a walrus trying to pierce you with his long teeth there, you wouldn't be thinking about what your heart was doing. You'd be too busy hitting the walrus and running away.
Yeah, and let's hope you get away, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if there's one. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And so when it's not there, you're thinking about, gosh, what if I couldn't get away? What if I tripped? What if my shoelaces were tied together? What if something terrible happened? That's what you do when there's no predator in front of you. Your mind can make all that stuff up.
And you spoke to just a little while ago avoidance, that method and kind of suppression when someone is experiencing anxiety symptoms. You explained that long it really is counterintuitive, and it makes the anxiety worse and can increase frequency and stuff like that. I'm curious about in your experience, if there is a reason why that avoidance and suppression happens, why we kind of use that as a tool to say, no, just calm down, no, just ignore it. Even if it's helpful in the moment, if it's not actually going to be working, why do you find that so commonly?
Well, I think the reason people persist with that, there's a cultural idea for the most part that we ought to be able to talk ourselves down, and people have that expectation. Now, who hasn't been told hundreds, thousands of times by the time you're 20, calm down, from your parents, from, whoever, calm down. Probably one of the least useful commands ever uttered on the planet. Has anybody ever calmed down when they were told to calm down? Probably not. What do you mean calm down? Nobody calms down when they're told to calm down. Why do people persist with that? Maybe you're at a traffic light starting to have a panic attack, and it seems to you like, oh my God, I feel like I'm jumping out of my skin. What if I have a heart attack right here at the light? What if I get so anxious I step on the wrong pedal and smash into the car ahead of me? What if I can't take it anymore? I just jump out of the car and go running across this main drag, and they're saying, okay, calm down, stop, 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 and then the light changes. And they drive on and nothing happens, and they think, phew, that was close. That was close. I better make sure I don't have those thoughts ever again. And they think they were saved by their efforts to oppose it. They literally get tricked as to what happens here. They think they managed to fight it to a draw. Actually, it was going to stop as soon as the light changed. So the next time, as they approach the light, they're going to think about doing that more. Maybe they'll approach the red light more slowly so they don't have to actually stop. They can just keep coasting and they'll feel better while they're moving. They might notice, if you're afraid of a red light, you want to avoid those red lights. After a while, a stop sign isn't going to look so good to you either, because that has some of the same characteristics. I have to sit here and wait. And what if I can't handle it? So each and every time a person has a panic attack, they emerge from it the same as they were before.